What's up, tea freaks? This is James,
and this is Denny from TeaDB. Where it's like meta intro parody.
Yeah,
This place here. It's great.
Anyway, in 10 episodes, it'll be like, "This is Denny." Swap names. So we have some tea from what's this company?
Yeah. Teance?
Yeah, I could see it like pronounced a number of ways. Teance. It's like a seance, but it's a teance.
Yeah, like a teance. Maybe it's because there's the leaf right there.
Yeah.
Teance sounds accurate to me, actually.
Yeah, even though it's like tea, but it's not tea. So we are brewing a 1996 aged Tieguanyin that was roasted a bunch of times in the first decade. But now it doesn't smell like it's been roasted too recently, and it's supposedly an older style of half twisted and half rolled. I'm reading pretty much directly from this sheet.
Cool.
So
looks like it.
Mainland Tieguanyin, so not your Taiwanese stuff. And we were trying to decide what to film in this session, and we were sniffing some leaves as we do, and this one stood out.
It did. It really did. Yeah. This is a familiar tea in the oolong category, but this one did have a really pretty delicious aroma.
Right.
And thought we'd give it a shot and see what this whole thing is about. So
yep.
I'm again sacrilegiously rinsing my tea here. Make sure that is like that.
Yep. So thank you to Mike over at Teance or Teance. Choose your pronunciation.
Let's go for it. We'd like to extend a 20% discount promo code.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
This is the kind of stuff. See, people need to understand we're doing this purely for fun. Like, some people want to make money and like, I'm going to do an affiliate thing. So we're not like, anyway. So
yeah. But Mike gave us a
20% discount for people who want to check out this tea. TeaDB 20. So TeaDB 20.
Use it on checkout online. Yeah. So that looks like that is for any of these teas. So I'm not sure if we will bring on the other ones yet, but that includes the Tieguanyin and a couple of the Pu'ers.
It smells really nice. It smells quite a really delicious smelling roast.
Pretty
kind of
unique
plummy.
too. Very minerally too.
Yeah. Fortified wine is what I'm getting out of this. Like that sort of sweet, syrupy fortified wine, like sherry, basically. Really great smell. And I mean, the dry leaves themselves had a pretty strong smell. So this is an interesting pod. It does pour fairly slowly.
Yeah.
And so
right. Gets pretty hot.
It gets hot too. Yeah. So this is a quick and easy way to not only not burn the living bejesus out of yourself, but also you do want to pour this one slowly and steadily. So beautiful liqueur, really clean. Again, yeah. I'm excited.
A lot of sweetness. It kind of hints at that sort of like, I don't know, almost like cherry wood sweetness that sometimes comes from these things, but it's not quite exactly as I imagined that sweetness either. So
yeah. It's got a really bassy earthiness about it that smells really sweet.
Yeah, not dank at all.
Okay, let's give it a shot. This is going to be a little bit lighter. We're anticipating, at least I am. So.
Right. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers. Still light. It's going to take time to develop. So if this were a purely twisted oolong, we probably would be a little bit more of a punch right now. I guess this is a half twisted, half rolled.
Right.
Interesting technique. We'll see how it influences the brew. And I'm gonna get started on this next one here.
Seems like a tea that can be really pushed.
Exactly.
Yeah. If anything, there's no bite to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Kind of tastes a little bit like it smells. A little bit muted though, so a little bit on the light end, I'd say.
I'm interested in exploring more of the flavor profile of the roast itself. Some of these roasts have very different elements, and I'm getting that residual earthiness and mineraliness for sure.
Yeah. I'd say it's really heavy on the minerals, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like a wooey, but not exactly like a wooey.
Yeah. This is an interesting one for sure. And nice and another sort of beautiful orange, more into the red orange for sure.
Yeah.
And nice high pour here, so you don't burn yourselves. Cool. Really strong residual flavor too.
Yeah.
I'm really noticing that. A little bit chocolatey.
So on the last tea, which admittedly is much younger than this one, you said that it was difficult to taste the age. For this one, can you taste the age?
So there's an interesting element where there's sort of that minerally vacuum flavor is what I always call it on the show that I'm tasting in this, but there's so much of a wooey element to this tea. I kind of feel like those two flavors have a lot in common, that sort of minerally earthiness that can develop with age. If I had to tell you what this was, I would probably guess it would be a wooey, and I would probably not be able to tell you that it's a certain age.
That is like 20, 30 years old.
Right.
So
it doesn't have, to your point, a dank sourness. It's not changing super dramatically yet. We only had one steeping.
Yeah. We also don't know what it tasted like when it was young. I'm guessing that if we had this when it was much younger, because it was re-roasted every year for a decade, it would have been just like the roast would have been just very front and center.
Right. Yeah. So, and do we know when the last time this was roasted? Not clear.
We can guess. I mean, it could have been 2006 if we're to take this paper very literally. So it would have been 12 or 13 years ago. This is not at all sour. Some aged oolongs, when they pick up some humidity, will get quite sour. And if this tea was stored in Fujian for a while, Fujian is a pretty hot and humid place, so that'd certainly be a risk.
Really nice. Super pure and clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of getting the hints of fruit and stuff like that, maybe a little bit of stone fruits. I'd say the minerality is still sort of at the front.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and to James's point earlier, this is the kind of tea that you have one steeping and you're like, wow, I can push this as hard as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And it'll perform quite well. So we'll go ahead and push that a little bit.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, I really like the minerality and stuff in teas. I'm a big fan of it in aged oolongs and in rock oolongs. Yeah. How would this do in the ultralight challenge?
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the kind of tea you want to take on.
Yeah.
It's just gonna it slowly seeps into that water. You keep adding the water, put it back on the fire, and it just keeps getting better and better. So, and this is kind of that flavor profile too that's a little bit sturdy and
difficult to overbrew.
Yeah, and also like it's not too lively and engaging. It's a little bit more relaxing maybe in that way. Again, there's a lot going on here, but it's just not like attention demanding, like you can sort of casually drink this tea with a lot of comfort. And we'll see. So we just reboiled the water. I'm going to give this another steeping here. The steep's getting pretty warm, and I'm going to immediately hit this with basically as much heat as I can.
Power!
And let that hang out. I'll try to get somewhere a little bit spicy, so we'll see.
Yeah, sounds good. Cheers. Almost like some vanilla hints in this one.
Yeah.
Sort of a little bit more in that really creamy end of the mineral spectrum.
Yeah, this really has a lot of wooey elements to me. But more charcoal and creaminess, and a little bit more flavor going on. Again, the rock flavor is sort of a strange and like some nice residual sweetness. Yeah, rock flavor is such an interesting thing because I kind of describe it almost as like a lack of flavor sometimes, and yet this sort of strange thing happening flavor profile. Holy crap! Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
Mom test? This is the question that you have to answer on your SATs in order to go to college. This is one of the more difficult mom test ones. Will you be going to
taking AP mom test?
Yeah, AP mom test.
So, I'd say that yes, insofar as it's not off-putting.
Okay.
So, I think people wouldn't struggle finding it to be delicious tasting necessarily, but I don't think they would find it to be like the thing that they would go to immediately next time.
Because kind of like pu'er, the flavors of this are a little bit foreign for a Western audience.
Right.
But maybe unlike pu'er, they're maybe like a little bit easier to understand.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's a totally great way of putting it. Yeah, absolutely. Here we go.
It's going to be hot.
Yeah, it's really clean. And this was a really heavy steeping, our fourth steeping, right in the heart of the tea. And it's not super viscous. It's like pretty medium light viscosity. It's not that syrupy.
Right.
Just nice strong flavor.
Yeah. I would expect this tea to probably finish up at 6 or so. Yeah. This is the sort of tea where you're not going to get like a bazillion steeps out of it, but you probably, if you brew it properly, I think you'll enjoy those 6 steeps an awful lot.
Yeah, and who knows? We haven't steeped this tea out to truly know or not. And this is the kind of tea that once you think you're done with the session, throw it in a big thing of water in the fridge.
That's true. You could do that.
And then it's going to hang out and taste delicious the next day too. Yeah, really good material. Tasty. I'm now finally getting a little bit of a mouth pucker, going as hard as we possibly can on this guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just a solid oolong. A solid roasted oolong too, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say this tea for me sort of fits halfway into that sort of oolong, like roasted oolong category, and halfway into like the more aged category. You could definitely tell it's a roasted oolong and that it hasn't been roasted in the last few years. I think that part is
And what makes you say that? Just
because the roast isn't as front and center,
right?
At least not in the last 1 or 2 years, at least.
Right.
So the roast can maybe shield the age. I would say that it'd be really difficult to pick out that this was 1996.
Right.
But it basically feels more like a roasted oolong. So,
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's been like rested a while.
Right. Yeah. And those roast flavors themselves, to your point, are more incorporated into the whole
taste
profile.
Which is how I generally prefer it too.
Yeah, such an interesting, deep, very woody smell to it. Not quite showing up as much in the cup. More mineral in the cup. More creaminess in the cup. Really dynamic tea. Awesome. Teance.com. I think.
Yeah. At least Google them.
Check them out. Teance.
Yeah, and if you're in the Bay Area, they are in Berkeley.
Cool.
Yeah.
NorCal. Dog. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
We weren't going to cut that out, though. Realistically.
We don't cut anything.
We don't really. Okay. Yeah, they know. Anyway. Check them out, TeaDB 20 for a promo. I'd say go ahead and give them a shot and see. We're probably going to bring more of their teas onto the show, realistically. This is a good first start.
Yeah, for sure.
James, people want to learn more about tea in general.
Yeah, check us out at TeaDB.org. Hit subscribe on the channel if you want to see some more videos. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video, and we will see you all next time.
Peace.